a needle, that's a good thing. Find your balance first. Don't try to walk too soon. Okay, stand still. There you go. Just be patient. Wait. Okay? See? And then walk a little. There you go. Now walk. That's it. You're learning how to stay in control of your legs and do whatever you like with it. Okay, no problem. We give them a little bit of time so that they can walk, stretch their legs a little. Walk. When you walk, it restores the blood circulation a lot faster. Walk briskly. Don't be shy. Walk briskly, faster. Well, good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you. It's still raining outside, right? Very wet weekend here in Los Angeles. How is it up north? San Francisco. Let me check the weather in San Francisco.
Hello, Master.
Yeah, go ahead. Speak. It's raining here. Is the drizzle in San Francisco too? No?
DDT sunshine, Master.
Sunshine?
Yes,
wow.
Beautiful day.
Okay,
Master
lucky you.
Here.
It's been so wet down here this weekend. Flash flood warnings and everywhere, and I'm surprised if people are still coming to the temple. These are diehards. All right, and I also see that Peter and Ginny are here, in spite of the fact they've been very busy, yes? Huh? You can tell. You can tell when Peter is busy, he says, walk around, I don't know. There's so much suffering, you know. Yeah? And that's the thing. When you're busy, when you're tired, what do? You cross your legs. You recharge a lot faster when you cross your legs. Okay? You need to learn to develop that skill, where it's critical since your professional life is important to you. Meaning that professionally, when we go to work, there are times where we need to go all out and exhaust ourselves, use up give our all. And that means that requires us to develop the skill to recover quicker, okay? Otherwise, as they said in those training classes about life, styles, and happiness and so forth, you have to stop being a victim. You have to learn to be in control. take control of your lives, meaning you need to develop skills to regain your balance, regain control quicker than before. Because we're going to be exhausted. We're going to be at the end of our rope, totally exhausted. What are we going to do? You just need time to recover. So it's about learning how to recover quicker and quicker and quicker. How is that? That's life. It's funny that people don't talk about it. People sort of ignore it because the experts don't know how to do it. They talk about it. You go to a lifestyle class or training session. They said, you can be happier and you can do all these things. Okay, but they don't teach you about the fundamentals of life. Life is stress. Can you deny it? Can you ignore it? You work and you get exhausted. And when you're exhausted, you know what happens to you? Sicknesses creep in. Mental illnesses as well as physical illnesses, they sneak in. That's what happens to our bodies and minds when we work, when we live. Okay? Professional life is like it or not. We pay with our health. If you want to make money, you have to pay for it with your health, mental health and physical health. When you overpay, when you don't know how to manage your payment schedule, your body gets sick quicker. No one talks about it. You go to school, they teach you how to make a living, how to count, how to win. But no one teaches you how to lose, how to recover when you lose. Because it doesn't sell. It's easier to sell you on how to be successful, but no one has been taught how to lose, how to recover when you're in trouble. That's why you're weak. Is it possible for you to be happy without being stressed out? I'm asking you, is it possible? When you're stressed out, can you be happy? No, you can't. See? It's only because you don't know how to be happy when you're stressed out. That's how you avoid stresses. But sometimes you can't help it. These are the fundamentals of life, I feel, that people can sell to us, preach us about the good things, seeking the good things, but no one really knows how to handle failures, losses. Questions or comments? Yes, too.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you talk about stress in life. That's what I feel. So I feel I've got a lot to handle in life. Work, kids, house maintenance, parents. Sometimes I feel my to-do list is endless.
Yes, absolutely. You know, this is what we're ill prepared for. The facts of life. What I'm talking about is the fact that life is overwhelming. It becomes increasingly more overwhelming for us, for everyone. And people told me that, life to be so much easier in the past. Life is simpler. Okay, you hear that often, right? Life used to be so much simpler. Now it's so complicated. Everything is getting complicated. It's getting more complicated. Okay? The fact is that that's the way it is. That's life. Life is overwhelming. Life is stress. Life is suffering. And guess what? The people who try to teach us only talk about the good things, how to get the good things, not how to deal with the bad things. They don't stress on selling you on the good things you can do with the courses or on the training and so forth. They never trained us on how to recover when we fail. What to do when you're unhappy, what to do when you're stressed out, what to do when you're sick. They only talk about how to be happier, how to be successful. They don't talk about failure. They don't talk about your shortcomings. They don't talk about your flaws. So your training, your knowledge is imbalanced, is skewed. But the fact is that, look, your body is getting sicker every day, like it or not. It's called aging and sickness. The Buddha said it's something that's unavoidable. And guess what? We ignore it until we must face it. Isn't that right? He said, when I get sick, I go to see a doctor, and hopefully a doctor will fix it for me. Yes? I used to have a boss who was a CEO of a company. And he's was trained, went to an MBA at Harvard School of Business, so which is kind of one of the top schools in management. They produced a lot of executives, okay, very successful people. And he's not my boss. He was interviewing to be my boss. Okay? I looked at him and he said, if I get hired, I would like to train you. I'll train you. I said, well, yeah, I'd love that. But one thing that made me remember him is that he wasn't hired, by the way. Was that he worked so hard. He worked night and day, okay, to the point where, you know what? He lost one eye working. He became blind on the left eye. One of the eyes, I think, is left. Because when I interview him, he's like sitting here, so. Anyway, so can you imagine smart people, successful people, working themselves to death like that? And guess what? He's still doing the same thing. Why? Doesn't know what else to do. and you think your life is stressful, you ain't seen nothing yet. It's baffling to me that you can work yourself that way to the point you lose your own eye, and then you say, okay, this is my life, I continue. If I lose the other eye, so be it. Does it make sense to you? And this is very successful people. Huh? We're nothing yet compared to them people. Think about it. If you have a family, not only we talked about the fact that you're getting sick, your body's getting sicker and sicker every day. Yes? You're getting older and older every day. And you're getting sicker and sicker. And as I said, if you allow yourself to be stressed out, okay, and get exhausted on a regular basis, okay, what you don't know is the sicknesses creep in and they sneak in. You know what? They're not going to do anything. They just sneak in, okay, and they build up the network, they build up their bases, the camps, all over your body. And one day, when the time comes when you're really, really exhausted, that's when they attack. And that's when you have to pay a very heavy price. And you may never be able to recover the way that worldly people know how. How can you recover when you are weaker? Your strength is sapped. How? I'm asking you. Ask those trainers. You go to these classes, train you how to handle stress and so forth. Fact of life is that stress is increasing daily for us. Yes? Well, maybe not daily for you, but for me it's daily. Doesn't stop. The more money you make, for example, the more stress. Am I correct? When you have zero money, life is so easy. You have so much time to think about things. And when you get promoted, when you get that, increased responsibilities, it's more stress. Your children are growing bigger every day. They have more demands on you. They have bigger needs. Bigger and bigger needs. Your parents are getting older. What are you going to do? And those are constants. The demands placed upon us are increasing constantly. Unless you run away from life, that's what's going to happen. Yes, too?
I have a follow-up question. Does this mean we shouldn't work so hard? Because I discovered that I have the impulses to do things better and better.
Yeah.
And that's actually stressful. So I feel like I never reach perfection.
Yeah. And that's why we love immigrants. They have so much to prove. We don't. We say, hey, that bring immigrants, let them work for cheap. Sounds familiar? This is what our economy is about. We exploit immigrants. First we brought the people from Africa. We call them half immigrants back then. or slaves? Huh? And then next came our ancestors, my ancestors, well, not my ancestors, your ancestors, Chinese people, to build a railroad here in the US? Huh? For nothing? Huh? We don't pay them anything. Then we ran out, the Chinese got so smart now, and they say, okay, I will live among ourselves, no need for the white people anymore. So what did we do? We brought in the Irish, because they're starving in the country. See that? We have a history of exploiting immigrant labor. Nothing new. We bring in new people regularly so that you can slave for us. It's not working out very well right now because the Hispanics are very resentful. So resentful, so angry. It's too bad. But that's how it is. So what to do? To want to do more is natural for us. We need a sense of accomplishment, some meaning in life, yes? So if we know that we are running a deficit, we may be making more money, getting recognition, but we're running a deficit on our health, on our happiness, then should we scale back? I say no. If you scale back, then what's the point coming here? You hear, we're teaching you Chan is to help you develop a skill that you can use the rest of your life. Why is it important? It's important because the equation is this. One side, my right-hand side, is the increasing stress. Imposed upon you. The other side, okay? If you want to do more, okay? You learn more, yes? You know more, yes? Put in longer hours, yes? Okay? The weight of the stress here placed upon you, demands placed upon you, is a lot more than you can learn the way you've been learning. You agree or not? Yes? Because you're facing multiple fronts, not only your professional life, but your family, your parents, yes? Your husbands, boyfriends, okay? People you care for. Those are multiple dimensions, multiple fronts that's increasing. Because life is not only stressful for you, it's also stressful for the people you care for. So you have one side here, multi-dimensional stress increases, and you only learn, one person only learning. You see this? So the imbalance is unmanageable. When are you going to see that? So what to do? Change. Have to learn new skills. You have to, most important, be convinced of the need to, if you go like this, you say, I want to do more, meaning with what you have, you want to do more hours, yes? Produce more work. Her job, by the way, is one of the best ones, unlike yours, okay? They can get away with it. She's becoming, big shot. You get away with like several hours a week. Yes or no? That's it. And no, and they're untouchable.
I actually work long hours, so besides teaching, there's research and service. So it's not just when you stand there and give lectures, but there's a lot of work behind that.
Yes, I know, but officially, as a tenured professor, you can get away with doing enough. But you are not like that, that's all.
Yeah, that's correct. After you get tenure,
I know,
you don't want
because
to do
I
more.
know people
you
in
don't
your
have to.
profession. Yes, I know a lot of people in your profession. I know I was interested in that profession. It is one of the best jobs, okay? You have a lot of freedom on how to manage your time and produce as much as you want. Yes? It's up to you. But the nature of their profession is kind of fascinating to me, because the institution, they say, is that I'm going to give you the respect and the opportunity for you to explore and do things that interest you. Okay? So you're free. You're free from the pressure we normal people have to earn our living and prove ourselves every day. For them, they're so protected. They said, I'm giving you security. Yes? I give you enough. Okay? And actually, you guys are getting overpaid, I heard. But you're still complaining. Not quite. No. Okay? So it's so interesting, her profession being, his profession as well. He's also. Did you? He was. Yeah, he retired now. Am I correct? Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You were teaching what? You full professor in what?
Electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. Oh, wow, that's pays even better than hers, if on the same country. But anyway, so her profession is that your profession is that you can choose to do what interests you, what you're passionate about. Okay, and if you don't want to, you can work several hours a week. That's it. No one can touch you. As long as you do what you expected to do. I mean, teach and get good rating from your classes. Yes, in her case, she needs to kiss up to the students so that they get good ratings. Don't you have that in Spain too?
Yes, it's similar. Yes.
In your environment, does it count, your research, does it count more, or the rating of the students count more for you?
There's some balance in both things. If you want to be paid more, you have to do more research. If you only
it's more research oriented.
If you only do teaching, then your salary remains lower.
I see. Okay. Same thing with you or no?
Yeah, we have a teaching, research, and the service. You need to do all of them before you get tenure. And if you want to be promoted to a full professor, you need to do more service and research.
And research as well.
Yeah, I know some colleagues, after they get full professors, they kind of do the minimum, but I cannot do that for some reason, I don't know.
So there are some plus and minuses in that system. Anyway, let me get back. Let's not get distracted here. So it's interesting. Okay. So, and what I'm saying is that your stress level is increasing at so many fronts, because the more you care, okay, the more stress you have to help people take on. Even in the future, when you have your own projects and your own grad students and so forth, they bring their own stress to you, and you need to solve it for them. Otherwise, they can't make it either, you see? Same thing. Your subordinates, your employees, you care for them, okay? You have to take on their stress. All right? So it's the same with everyone. So our stress level is increasing exponentially where our abilities are not. And that's the fallacy of the way that those lifestyle trainers are selling themselves, their programs, is that they tell you that with those programs you go and you learn how to, handle stress and so forth. But they forget about this fundamental thing, is that the equation is out of balance. One side is increasing exponentially, your abilities are not. Okay? You only have so much. You only have so many hours per day. Yes? That's it. So that's what's lacking in the world right now is the fact, this is pitiful to me that it's because people don't know better. That's all they have. But fundamentally for us, it's out of balance because you are not improving, developing quickly enough. You accept the status quo. You work harder, meaning you put more hours. You're growing horizontally. You're not growing vertically, whereas your problems are piling up. Your stress is piling up. But your capacity, your abilities are not increasing accordingly. That's why you become overwhelmed and you lose, ultimately. Yes, 8.
From Chaochun, not just immigrants, but also female and minorities, we work harder to prove ourselves out of some insecurities with lower pay. I just got a big check from a class action against my employer for pay discrimination against female engineers, and I can only imagine how much more I am actually underpaid. From Ruda Chris at Goat Forest. Master, what about when we worked so hard for 1 year running an entire department on your own, but then a new manager came in and after 2 months trashed all your accomplishments and wants to get rid of you? This manager also fabricated my performance review, gave me the lowest rating, denied me of RSUs this year, and supposedly influenced my former manager and HR for their support. Corporate world is harsh.
Yes, no one cares. Yes, it sounds to hit a button here. Yes, 1.
Thank you, Master. Yes, no one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah. That happens
Everyone is out for themselves. Yes? Become a professor. I don't know. No one can touch you. Seriously. That's why it fascinates me, that system. It's interesting. But if you choose to take a chance and roll the dice, you can be in the corporate world. To me, it's more challenging. Because they have a problem, these people. Okay? The problem is that because they're untouchable and all the students are trying to steal from them, they only talk down to people. Yes or no? No, you don't? You're not quite there yet. Yes, sir. 7.
Master, I think I could relate to that. I think immigrants and minorities want to prove, so we overwork.
Yes.
I think that is actually coming from greed, right? Like wanting to prove that I can do more work and wanting to go up the ladder in the corporate structure.
Yes.
Would you say that coming from greed?
Absolutely, it's greed. But it's also not just greed. It's a sense of integrity as well. Some of us says, I want to do more. Because that's what drives me. The status quo is not good enough for me. Not necessarily greed. Okay? It's a sense of ethics, if you will. The young generation nowadays, when your kids grow up, they lose that. The young generation, they don't seem to care anymore. They only care for themselves. Okay? Yes, I want to be happy. But in an older generation, the prior generation, we have more of a sense of accomplishment, sense of self-worth, a sense of contribution, sense of self-pride. Yes? Not the younger generation anymore for some reason. Okay? Why? It's because they see us and they say, if I'm like them, I'm just as miserable, so why should I? Because your entire life you're pursuing, yes, you want to do more and more and more and more, contribute more and more and more. And guess, look, where you ended up right now, you're unhappy. That's why the young kids are saying, oh, I'm not going to make the same mistakes. Yes, one.
Thank you, Master. I think to the point you were making earlier, and also to the YouTube question about the person who had their new manager come in and dismiss all of their accomplishments and fabricate their review and yada, yada, yada. You can work very hard and you can stress yourself out and be following your instinct to do better and to benefit others and to benefit yourself. But if your energy is in the wrong place, if you don't know what to do, then then who knows what's gonna happen. But since I've started coming to attend your lectures and learning about Chan, knowing that I can cross my legs to recharge my battery wasn't an option until I learned that. And professionally, knowing that I can work as an independent contractor and be performance-based in my pay and my reviews, I didn't know that. So I suffered the same fate. I got stressed out working for other people and was subjected to their will. I didn't have a way to cross my legs. I got stressed out. I got sick. Then I lost my job, and I couldn't do anything. I just had to recover slowly. So I just wanted to share that.
Yes, I remember vaguely me pushing you in that direction. And I did give him a warning, but I don't think he remembered. I said, you learn. You learn. I didn't finish the sentence. You learn to fail. You have to fail to learn. If you don't fail, you are not motivated to learn and be better. You agree with me or not? All of you. Unless you see your failure, where you fail, you're not willing to learn. And therefore, it's a secret sauce. It's right there. Until you're willing to face your failure, you cannot improve. Think about it. Why are you here? Because you failed somewhere pretty big. It hurts a lot more than people realize. It really, really hurts so deeply. Okay? And now, all of a sudden, you're discovering that maybe I can develop some skills for me to be better, to cope with it better. Okay? I speak from experience as well. I failed miserably. Didn't know what to do. No one told me what to do. It's just like when you get divorced, you fail. You bring your next relationship, same thing. The same thing because no one told you where you went wrong. Yes? You aren't sure that you fixed the problem. So you find another relationship, same mistakes. Same one. I'm not talking about divorce. I'm talking about the person who said he worked so hard, implemented the whole system, and a new boss came in and threw out everything, and then says that is only an excuse to dump you, unload you. Because why? That's corporate life, baby. The good managers are the ones who know how to manage numbers so that they get promoted. And guess what? The next guy who get promoted there is now must clean up after your mess. But guess what? You don't care. You got your promotion, your money, and you do the same thing the next level. The next guy will have to clean it up. They hire someone to clean it up after you. That's life in corporate America. Baby. Yes, one.
And thank you, Master. If I could make an addendum to that, your math doesn't matter for the next level of management.
That's right.
They don't care. They will look at your math and they'll say, and crumble it up in front of your face and throw it out and introduce you to HR and tell them, now you need to talk to them about all the employee complaints about you that you didn't know about, that we've been investigating you for the past 2 years and building a case, and welcome to the rest of the 6 months that we're going to let you maybe suffer long enough to then kick you out. That's how it works.
That's how it works, baby. Yes, in the back.
Master, is it better that he become a monk so that he don't suffer the things at corporate work anymore?
No, we can't handle him. You can complain all you want. It's called life. Okay? Stop crying. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Stop blaming others. It's life. It could happen to any of us. It happened to you, I'm sorry. Doesn't mean I don't feel for you. But I need you to be stronger and say, well, I failed. Don't blame it alone on the company, on your boss. You failed somewhere. That's why it happened to you. Take responsibility for your failures. Okay? And learn from it. It's going to happen to most of us. They will fail somewhere. Okay, and I go back to the point. My point is that we are not willing to learn until we must face our failures. So failures are actually a source of improvement. They call it, they like to say that failure is a mother of success. I don't care for success. I only care for improvements. Failures are the mother of improvements. I'm sorry, I disagree with the worldly thinking. Success doesn't matter to me. It's so small. You're better than that. Your success is nothing yet. Agree or disagree? What they pay you is not enough for what you put into it. Yes? We all know that. Doesn't matter. How much it pay you, you still put out more. Yes? Because it comes from your heart. How you to call that success is, to me, is belittling it. You gave your heart, you gave your soul, you gave your caring. Huh? We don't need anyone to tell us it's success or not. It's us. It's who we are. We contribute. We give. So, yes, sir, 7.
So, Master, for in corporate world, people who are cunning and manipulative to go up the ladder faster, would you say that there's a bad karma for them in future? Very
bad karmas for them, but so what? It's called capitalism. We create bad karmas. Does it bother you? That's life.
Just don't want to be like them if it is a bad karma, but if it is neutral, then maybe I will follow that.
Yeah. Just because it works for them doesn't mean that we have to do it that way, their way. That's why it fascinates me, their professions in the educational field, especially university workers. They're shielded from that to a certain extent, more than we are in the corporate world. On the other hand, in the corporate world, because it's so crazy, so chaotic, so ruthless, we learn more. We get hurt more. They don't get hurt as much as we do. They have the option of saying, okay, I stop. Okay, that's enough. We don't. Because the boss says, I want more out of you because I'm squeezing you until there's nothing left. That's my job. They don't get squeezed as much, these professors. They have to squeeze themselves. See? So they don't hurt as much as they think. They whine, I'm hurting. But they're not. Not the way we are hurting. The way that people manipulate us and abuse us. And that's what the profession we chose to do. Stop whining about it. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, but that's life. I'm not advocating you should be like that. I'm just saying that if that's how life is, either you choose, as long as you choose to be in a corporate world, as long as you choose to pursue that kind of career path, you have to develop skills to be better at it. That's all. We don't need to whine. We don't need to complain that it's unfair and so forth. That's for babies. You know, for weak people, they're so unfair. Come on, life's unfair. I'm proposing, instead of whining, instead of complaining, and feeling sorry for yourself, okay? I'm suggesting that how about using that failure, those failures, as a learning process, as a motivator for you to be better. You can be better. Accept the fact that we'll fail sometimes. Miserably sometimes. And that's called life. You're supposed to fail. Let me tell you, I have this theory here and I cannot prove it. I heard of people saying, you see how the couple is so happy together? Anyone? Huh? They've been together for so long, they're so happy and so forth. Happy life, happy relationship. Huh? And so forth, happy career and so forth. It's based on the fact that they failed in that relationship and they found a way to recover from the failure. That's why the relationship became stronger. Not because they never faced failure themselves. Ask them. That's my theory. The relationship cannot grow stronger until it faces a breaking point. That's what I claim. You will not grow stronger in your relationship with your company, with your subordinates, and your bosses until you face your failure. So you want to do more at work, and you expect to do more, by the way. Not only because you want to, but because of your bosses expect you to do more. That's it. Then you have to improve. Your capacity has to increase vertically, not horizontally. Spending more time. Knowing more is not enough. That's breadth. You need height. You need vertical growth where your capacity, your battery has to be bigger, has to be more efficient. Yes? That's life. The only problem is that you don't have the technology to make yourself improve your capacity. Is there? Tell me of a technology you know of will increase your capacity vertically. Not just know more, but know better, become wiser of all the problems you face. Which one do you want to fix first? That requires wisdom. Just because if you have all this stack of problems, you need to fix one after another, it's not wisdom. It's being a victim. Wherever the pressure is on, you fix it. It's not good enough. But that's how you operate right now. Yes? And then you work and you become exhausted and you recover. And I'm advocating two things. You learn to selectively fix problems. Yes? That matter. And number two, not simply just react to problem, but learn to recognize, develop the ability to recognize which problem needs to be fixed. That's called wisdom. And number two, okay, you get exhausted when you do that. Number two, recover quicker so you're back at it again. That's our realities. We'll be exhausted. We have to recover quicker. Yes, too.
So how can we increase our wisdom by crossing legs and anything else?
Your wisdom increases through your samadhi training. You increase your ability to concentrate. Naturally, your wisdom will increase, will unfold. If your ability to concentrate, this is a limitation for worldly approach right now. You right now have a level of concentration. Okay? Just because at this level of concentration you do more, the concentration level is still the same. In Chan, our emphasis is increase your level of concentration. See that? You have to go up here first before your wisdom can unfold. If you're still here, you're spending more time doing the same thing, doing the same approach, will not increase your capacity. It will only make you more exhausted. Quicker, that's all. But if you practice Chan, you increase your concentration, and naturally your capacity increases and your wisdom also increases. That's why it's necessity, not a luxury anymore. You must practice Chan, every single day. It's just as important as eating, drinking, and taking a shower and changing your clothes. It's so true. My master taught me that, said that a long, long time ago. I've been doing this for a long, long time now. I realize I'm teaching more and more of you, and I realize it's so true. It's true for me as well, for everyone. It's just life. Chan is life. If the stress increases, okay, then you must also increase your abilities. How else are you going to cope with it? Because we're going to fail. And our failures will get bigger and bigger and bigger. One day your sons come and say, Mom, my girlfriend just left me. I want to kill myself. Now you have to cope with his failure as well, not just your own. So that's a fact, accept the fact that we need to keep on increasing our capacity. Capacity meaning, bottom line, samadhi level. There's no beat around the bush. You cannot get around it. Capacity, every time you increase your samadhi power, the level, your battery gets bigger, more efficient, naturally. That's a fact we need to share with the world, folks. You don't meditate for the sake of getting peace and tranquility and happiness, okay? Feel good about yourself. You practice meditation in order to increase your capacity. Can we agree on that? That's Chan. Whatever you need to do to increase your capacity, that's Chan. Whether it's crossing your legs, whether it's doing ceremonies, whether it's reciting mantras, whether it's bowing, whatever, all those activities in Buddhism are designed to help you increase your samadhi level, your capacity. You sit there and you do ceremonies, you know what you do? What are you supposed to do? You don't move your legs, even when there are, ants are crawling up your legs. You don't move. You endure it. When you're in pain, the legs are in pain right now. You endure it. Capacity meaning you can endure more. Yes, 4.
Thank you, Master. I had a lot of hardship get through, but I just followed the Master's instructions. So I'm starting the meditation every day in the morning. I realize I'm getting recognized every time. I'm getting recognized on my bad habit and my false thinking. So I'm trying to stopping the bad things or bad habits, something. So I can easily handle my problem and hardship. So I can feel, getting better. So I'm recommended to meditate every day. That you can notice about.
Yes, you're blessed.
About hardship, yeah.
You're blessed.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're
Master.
blessed because if that's all we hope to do is to help bring you to the point where you realize that daily practice is a necessity, is an edge you have over your competition. We compete. We live because life to live is to compete. Yes or no? It's getting busier and busier and more competition, more stress. Stress comes from competition as well. Okay? What you also are not saying is that your stamina increases. Not only can you handle the stress better, but you can last longer. Okay? Capacity, battery is bigger, more efficient. More efficient meaning, and your wisdom unfolds, so you choose to drop things that are unnecessary and concentrate on things that are more important. That's called wisdom. Okay? But also,
that's true. Yeah, I just only
so
sleep.
you work longer.
Yeah, 5 hours, but I'm not tired at the working area. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay? That's increased capacity right there. Yes, go for it.
Thank you, Master.
But I also see that if I'm able to increase my capacity at work, they keep asking me for more every time. So I see that they don't have limit on what they are going to ask me.
I'm sorry, it's not clear to me. Could you repeat, please? It sounds
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I see that if I'm able to increase my capacity, but at work they keep asking me for more every time.
Yes.
So I see that it's not going to have a limit on what they are going to keep asking.
Yes, you get reach your capacity and you get tired and you get exhausted, and then what happens? You meditate and you recover. And you increase your capacity. It's necessary for you. It's important for you to exhaust yourself. And when you're exhausted, what do? Meditate. That's it. As I said, you should expect to be exhausted because it's life. We get exhausted. We work to exhaustion and then we recover. That's it. That's life. Don't whine about it. We fail. And then say, okay, we meditate and we recover from our failure. That's our realities. Yes, 5.
Thank you, Master. Do enlightened people meditate more or less because they're already reached a high level of samadhi power?
I don't know what enlightened people do, but I imagine that they also fail as well. Until you will become a Buddha, you still have limitations. Okay? And therefore, they're being pushed to the limit as well. They fail. Okay, they get sick, they get in trouble, and then they meditate and they recover. It applies to everyone. Different is that the skills are more advanced than ours. They recover quicker, much quicker than we do. Go first.
Hi, Master. It's Sister Victorina.
Oh, you there? Okay.
You know, it's nice and empty.
You're all over the world. I cannot. I get so confused.
I will be.
Yeah, one week I see you here, and next week you.
Yeah, then I go there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Where will I be next? Right.
How do you find the energy to drive around so much?
I flew.
Oh, that's a secret.
I can't drive everywhere, and my car's not ready yet. So, can you?
Still being fixed?
They cannot find the part.
Good Lord. Okay, continue.
Okay, I was just wanting to make a comment about the person who was talking from DTT. I think what he was saying, and please correct me if I'm wrong, fellow John person over there, is I think he was trying to say that even if he continues to work more and increases his capacity, that then what happens is that the employer keeps giving him more work and they don't stop.
Yeah.
And that's, he sounded overwhelmed. So that's what I don't know if I heard it right, but that's kind of what I got. Thank you.
And my point here, yes, that's what he said. You're right, I think. But my point, my retort was that it's supposed to happen. Inevitably, at some point in your life, you will face your own failure. Big failure. And you have the two choices, either roll over, lie down, and be a victim, or take the bull by the horn and meditate and grow stronger, recover from your failure and grow stronger, become a better person, an improved version of yourself. Don't blame on your boss, don't blame on the company. Okay? That's what I wanted to tell him. Peter here, I said, when I encouraged him to join his big company, and I said, you're going to learn. And I meant you're going to fail miserably, and you learn. That's how you're going to learn. If if you meditate. You don't meditate, you never learn. Because the same thing. You have the same approach. Meditation will help you develop the skills to cope better next time around. Okay? Why? This is a secret, folks, and I have to stop here. You keep on asking me questions, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm hungry. Okay? People are hungry. Unless you pay attention, unless you have to drive to change, you're not going to change. If you choose to be a victim the rest of your life, you lie down and get beaten up and get trampled on, and you blame the world, you blame the boss, you blame the company, okay? So be it. But if you say, I'm going to be better, I want to stop being a victim, that drive right there is what will help you improve quicker when you meditate. That's why you've been improving so fast, because I push you to failure and you said, I hate this. I said, okay, and then cross your legs. That's all. You don't cross your legs, goodbye. Good luck. Yes, sir. Final question. No more, okay? You're pushing me to my failure point. Yes.
Thank you, Master. And in response, I feel like there's a middle way. You can still cross your legs and increase your capacity. And then what many people are doing after the pandemic in the corporate world, especially in remote positions, is they are declining promotions. So instead of taking a promotion or getting promoted because you increase your output in one job, you just work multiple junior level jobs and increase your salary. Instead of becoming the senior engineer, assuming that you don't get fired, sir. Here we are in the corporate world, Master. This is the decision that people are making, and I just wanted to put that out there. So if your capacity increases and you can do multiple jobs, that's what people are doing. I don't want to
yes.
I don't want to
yes. Absolutely
motivate somebody.
Okay. But also I submit to you, then you get promoted, okay? You grow faster. You suffer more, but you grow faster. You improve faster because of the need. That's my point. You can do more horizontal responsibilities. Your rate of improvement is still slower than you fail miserably. And you say, hey, it's going to happen to me again. When you have that drive, you improve very fast. That's my secret. I push you. I push my students to failure, and they said, I hate you! You are the source of my failure. And since I'm not quitting, I'm not going to let you hurt me that easily anymore. That's how they improve quicker. You see? Don't be afraid to fail. It's okay. You cross your legs and you get better. I need you to have the drive. Okay? You say, I'm going to be better. I'm shooting for the improved version of me. I refuse to be a victim. You trying to kill me? Go for it. I'm going to be better. I'm going to learn to fight you. Can't kill me that easily. Because I can fight you. I can learn to fight you. All you know is to be a victim. I don't know anything. I don't know anything else. I just wait for the doctor to fix me up. Not good enough. I will improve my healing, my self-healing. And more, and more, and more. That's my way out. Instead of being a victim, I will fight. Okay, thank you everyone. Let's go have lunch.